center. He's only 6'5". Brian Jackson is a guard. And getting his 6th start of the season, Derek Loving at the other guard. They love their basketball down here in Evansville, and we know you love Bradley basketball, so don't go away. The opening tip coming your way in just a minute. Categories in the Missouri Valley Conference, the Braves might have a height advantage. You see Ben Coupette out there, and at 6'11", he is a good 4 or 5 inches taller than Andy Elkins, the tallest of the Evansville Purple Aces.
And you know what we talk about a lot is getting a good start, and especially on the road. Ben had a great start at Indiana State Saturday afternoon, and it would be nice to see him get off to that type of advantage today with the height advantage, like you mentioned.
Evansville, coached by Jim Cruz, native of Normal, Illinois. His father, a longtime coach at Illinois State, and Jim, a player and assistant coach for Bobby Knight at Indiana. So you'll see a Knight disciple in action tonight. Inside to Reed Jackson, maybe the most versatile player in the Missouri Valley Conference.
We talked about that combination from the opening gun, the pass from Elkins to Jackson, who did a nice job posting low. We'll see a lot of that tonight unless Bradley can find a way to stop that play.
The Aces in the man-to-man. This is Aaron Zobrist, who led the Braves in scoring and rebounding Saturday at Indiana State. Billy Wright, who's had his problems shooting, is now 2 for his last 20. Rebound inside, Funches, and he's called for traveling. No basket.
Oh, and that's a late call. The ball called for traveling after the ball went through the basket. Ben did a nice job getting the rebound. Didn't have a very strong shot an air ball, but Funch battled in there and found it. Tried to get it up and in, but was called for traveling.
Now, that call was made by J.C. Linebacker, gave Colorado 5 downs at Missouri a few years back, if you'll recall. Not that I'm bitter, but it cost Notre Dame a national championship. Thank you very much. Down the lane, Brian Quinn, and he's fouled.
Again, the penetration down the lane, that's not a good place to let somebody go. We see there he just slides in between 2 players. Ben with a body foul.
Foul is on Aaron Zobrist. And Brian Quinn hits it, or make that Chris Quinn, excuse me. Chris Quinn, 6'5", sophomore from South Bend. The left-hander misses the second one. Loving walk. Now Billy Wright comes up with the steal, the other end, and he's fouled by Reed Jackson.
That's nice. I like Billy. Billy has really struggled from the floor lately, and you can see it in his eyes right there. He was going straight to the goal and trying to get himself an easy one, and that would be the best thing for a guy who is struggling shooting the basketball to get himself an easy one to get going.
Inbounds to Funches. We played a little over a minute. 3-0 Purple Aces. And now the illegal pick against Dwayne Funches. So that's 2 team fouls very quickly on the Bradley Braves.
I think a key matchup we need to watch here is how they guard Aaron Zobrist. Right now they've started Reed Jackson on him. He's got a little more size. I'm sorry, Brian Jackson, not Reed Jackson. He has a little bit more size in there. But we're going to see 4 of the top 3-point shooters in the game in this game here.
Elkins missed, got his own rebound, and it looked like a good block by Ben Coupette, but he's whistled for the foul.
And referring back to Zobrist, they certainly know how, with 3 of the top 4 shooters from 3-point range from Evansville, they certainly know how to guard those people, or certainly get a lot of practice trying to guard them in their practices. So it'll be interesting to see if Aaron can find some openings to get some 3-pointers up tonight.
Well, Andy Elkins is the second leading scorer in the Missouri Valley, and he's not showing very much of that here in the early going. Still hasn't warmed up yet as he misses his first shot from the field and first free throw, but it's 4-0 now after he makes his second. The Braves still looking to get on the board. Haven't really gotten much going offensively here in the first 2 minutes.
Haven't really had a shot yet that wasn't called for traveling.
Parker with it, top of the key. Shot clock at 15. Zobrist, nice fake. Tries to move inside, and he's fouled.
Good ball fakes by Aaron inside. Found himself inside where he's not commonly found, and he really had to use the ball fakes to get himself open.
Fouls on Brian Jackson, Jr., line. Aaron, an 87% free thrower. Makes his first, 18.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He did a little bit of everything Saturday in the win at Terre Haute.
Now, when things win in the second half, it's a good thing, too. We needed everything that Aaron was able to give us.
There's the sophomore from Metamora. Nothing but net on both of them, and it's 4-2. Braves still without a field goal. Alley-oop to Loving, couldn't hang on. Billy Wright brings it up for Bradley. 4-2, Aces. Inside, Funches, one-hander, no good. And the rebound to Evansville. And now Funches is very quickly whistled for his second personal foul. And we've got 17:44 to go in the first half, and Funches not happy with himself.
Well, that's a foul you really don't like to see. He took a one-handed shot, probably ill-advised for him. He's very strong on the blocks. He's very effective when he squares up and takes the ball through the basket there.
Billy Wright brings it up for Bradley. 4-2, Aces. Inside, Funches, one-hander, no good. And the rebound to Evansville. And now Funches is very quickly whistled for his second personal foul. And we've got 17:44 to go in the first half. And Funches not happy with himself.
Well, that's a foul you really don't like to see. He took a one-handed shot, probably ill-advised for him. He's very strong on the blocks. He's very effective when he squares up and takes the ball through the basket there. That attempt kind of fading away, missed it, then compounded the situation by creating a foul.
Jim Molinari will try and get Chad Klein in from Funches before he picks up his third. Elkins with it, top of the key. Works against Funches. Now gives to Brian Jackson. This is Reed Jackson, 45, nothing but net.
A lot of screens out front for those two big guys, and that's tough to stay with those. You've got to guard them with somebody that has enough size to handle them down low, but they've also got to have the mobility to chase them out top.
Reed Jackson's made both of his shots. And finally, Billy Wright rolls one in. Good for him. Ends a 2 for 20 slump. And it's 6-4. The Aces wearing the t-shirts. They're the only Division I team to still do that. And we have an official timeout. Reed Jackson apparently got hit in the face. Looks a little, to me, like Pete Rose. A little like Pete Rose. He's that kind of player, too. Chad Klein in for Dwayne Funches.
You got that right. He is that type of player. Does a little bit of everything. Wears a blue collar. Comes to play every single night.
There he is, 6'5" senior from Norris City, Illinois. This is Norris City, Omaha Enfield High School. My mother used to work in Enfield, so he's down here in the homeland. Inside, in walk. Ed Hightower with the call. Two turnovers for Evansville, 2 for Brevin. 3.5 minutes gone here in the first half. Braves down 2. Zobers was stripped by Brian Jackson, but couldn't keep his feet or the ball. Parker, top baseline jumper, no good. And it's Elkins with the rebound. He averages 8 a game. Reed Jackson, lean in jumper, free throw line, no good. Chad Klein the rebound.
Team really moving up and down the floor at a pretty quick pace here.
And Reed Jackson, Jim Molinari making a good call there. He is bleeding from the nose, and he does have to leave the game until they can get that stop. Jim Molinari right in front of us here at the broadcast spot. Telling his Braves they've got to move the ball and swing it against this tough Evansville defense.
You commented on the fact that Billy finally made a basket and he struggled so much from the field. Hopefully this will be one that will get him going. Aaron Parker, or Anthony Parker, also has been playing well all along. Didn't have a very good shooting day, only 2 for 7 Saturday at Indiana State. Saw him try to take the ball a couple of times down there and force his way in to get something going. That's good for Anthony.
Just into the ball game, number 3, Toby Madison, and number 53, Jeff Layden. One other advantage, we talked about a height advantage for the Braves. They've they've also got a lot more depth than Evansville. They've only got 10 guys on scholarship, actually, and only 8 because one of their players is out after knee surgery. Jeff Layden, the guy that's just been put into the ball game, has been struggling with a bad ankle. So Jim Cruz, and the top three-point shooter in the country last year, Brent Kell, out for good. He's got a bad back and he won't play anymore, and that's unfortunate for Evansville because they would have been a very tough team. Fortunate for Bradley that they don't have.
I think Evansville has to think a little bit tonight about substitution status. They had an overtime game where they lost Saturday night in Tulsa, and that's no easy trip back on a Sunday with about a half a day to prepare for Bradley, who was billed preseason as the second best team in the league.
Zobrist the miss. Madison wide open underneath is Quinn. He missed it. Tip, loose ball. Nobody wants to get control of it. Now it's Quinn getting it again. Spin move, and it goes. Chris Quinn.
Hey, there were all kinds of red shirts around the basket that time, but the white shirts came away with the basket. We got 3 Evansville players now.
And the foul inside goes against Ben Coupette. His second. Dwayne Funches also has 2, and it's the 4th team foul against the Bradley Braves. And the crowd in Evansville is loving it. They lead the Braves by 4. Still the early 8-4 lead over Bradley. At the end of the game, we'll pick the Dodge player of the game to the new Dodge. And the friendly Dodge dealer, Aaron Zobrist, our last Dodge player of the game, with 18 points against Indiana State. Right now, I don't think Bradley has a player of the game yet. They're off to a pretty slow start from the field.
Well, you knew it was going to be a tough place to play here, but you really didn't hope you'd miss or make one of your first 6 shots. But that's what's happened with Bradley here. The jumper in the lane by Billy, the only field goal they've been able to accomplish so far in the basketball game.
And really, they haven't been able to do much.
Well, you're right.
On the offensive end.
Take away the basket that Funch got with a traveling call. Anthony's had an attempt. Billy's had a second attempt, and Ben had an attempt that missed everything. So the offense isn't being executed very well by Bradley thus far.
Toby Madison, redshirt freshman, gives the late out at the top of the key. Braves in the tough man-to-man. Deion Jackson is now into the ball game for Bradley. Layden wide open underneath. That's the 3rd time Evansville's had a man wide open underneath, and he missed it.
They do a great job of sneaking down the baseline there. And Brett, when you're playing those people back, you've got to see where they're at so you don't miss them behind you.
Well, all of a sudden, Billy Wright has made 2 in a row. There's been some speculation about his eye. Maybe it's bothering him more than we know, but he's made 2 in a row now, and he's got 4 points to lead Bradley, and they are now down by just 2. This is Elkin, guarded by Parker, who had a little bit of a tough time getting in there, but Elkin,
Nice defense there.
Elkin's not shooting well. Here's Billy with a tough layup, and Billy Front has 6.
Say what, that boy Billy, if he's not focusing well, he did a nice job of that one with his eyes closed because he just spun and flipped it up with the finger roll and hit nothing but the bottom of the net. It was a good look by Bradley to find him sneaking away too. Bradley doesn't get a lot of easy baskets like that. Those really help.
3 for number 3. Toby Madison leads the Fray, and it's 11-6.
He just came in the ball game. The red-shirted freshman. He's a good 3-point shooter. He's only 1 of 7 in Tulsa Saturday night.
Well, Billy Wright seems to have found his range and found the shooting motion, and Anthony's having a little bit of trouble here in the early going.
Well, it's kind of been the format for Bradley over the last couple of weeks that, we talked about how somebody's always been able to step up and make a contribution that's gotten them over the top, and they've won basketball games, but they really just haven't gone out and played where everybody has played up to their capabilities at the same time.
Reed Jackson is not going to win the best dressed contest tonight. He's got cotton in both nostrils to stop that bloody nose. Inside, Reed Jackson kicks to Madison for 3. No good. Good rebound, Deion Jackson, who did not start tonight for the 5th game in a row. Yet he is still Bradley's leading scorer. Billy had it open for 3. Pull-up jumper, no good.
I think they've seen game film from Billy here lately. They really are not guarding him as tight as they are guarding the other Bradley players. I think they're willing to let Billy shoot a few and see what he can do.
Elkins inside. Well, we talked to Coach Molinari about that after the game Saturday in Terre Haute, and he says maybe to help Billy get get out of his slump, I'm going to have to lay off him a little bit and let him be more free and do more. And now it's Anthony Parker with the call over the back. Anthony's a little frustrated right now, I think. Good effort by Anthony. His first personal. 16 foul on Bradley, only 2 against Evansville. 13 minutes to go, first half. It's 11-8. The Aces, their first season in the Missouri Valley Conference after playing in the MCC. Ball out of bounds. It'll remain Evansville's ball.
Boy, Jackson's really strong inside, isn't he? They're set up the same way. They may run the same play right here. Jackson steps in. There he is again. Nice, great pass. Nice fake.
Layton just can't get it. He can't finish. And now Jackson comes out of there with it. Is he tough? Is he tough?
Right there was an excellent example. Evansville is just going and getting the basketball. Plenty of red shirts standing around. Nobody blocked out. They're standing shoulder to shoulder trying to reach. And they're losing that battle right now on the boards. Evansville is really going to the boards.
Reed Jackson is 6'5", 215 pounds of pure want-to. Look at him. He's the leading rebounder in the Missouri Valley Conference at 6'5".
Well, you're right. He is tough. And just getting a look at him there, you can see. Cotton up both nostrils. Kept him out for about 30 seconds, and he's right back in doing battle.
But John Madden loved this guy. He's got cotton in the nostrils. He's got a crew cut. Wait till he gets a bloody knee. Then he'd make the All-Madden team, no doubt. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line, however. Bradley with the miss.
Deion Jackson tried to find the range there. Another guy that Bradley needs to get going. Well documented his woes coming off the bench as a reserve as opposed to what he did as a starter. But Deion has to realize that the game is so many minutes long. He's given approximately the same number of minutes, and whether he starts the game or comes in off the bench, he just has to get into the rhythm as quickly as possible.
We talked to him about that after the game Saturday, and here in the first half we'll try and listen to a little of that conversation. Bayo Akinkole is in there for Bradley, number 55. He's guarding Flynn. Reed Jackson, baseline, looks, tries to get it inside, and it's off Bradley. Shot clock down to 9. It's 13-8. Evansville with a 5-point lead, 12:05 to play. Elkins with it. Aaron Zober swatted away, got knocked down to the floor. And Evansville's already in the bonus.
That was close there. Aaron reached in right before he took a forearm to the chest. I think if Aaron just moves his feet here and doesn't reach, he may pick up a charging foul.
Andy Elkins, 9th in the Valley. 73% at the stripe. He's 2 for 3 there tonight. 14-8 now. 25 points against Tulsa. In Tulsa. It's the second. Now he hasn't had much success from the field, but he's 3 of 4 from the line. 15-8, a 7-point lead. That's the biggest lead so far. Let's hope it doesn't get any bigger than that. Braves try and work it now. And there's Elkins with the foul. And Ed Hightower is giving him a long look. A very long look.
Elkins a pretty emotional player there. Thought he had the field. Didn't like the fact that he got stopped in the middle of a breakaway to come back and have a foul called on him.
That's only the 13th foul against. We're back in Evansville. Braves down. His friends call him Boo. He comes to the Hilltop from Olive Harvey Junior College. His parents are from Nigeria. He's enrolled in the individualized major program and hopes of becoming out of Bayo Akinkole to give the
Give you an eye problem?
well, no. I've got it down, I think. I'm not sure about you. I know you've got problems with it. I'm talking about the PA guys on the road. They've got to have some trouble with it. We had to go over those names for about 15 minutes.
I think that's going to be a standard on the road. Bradley gets doubled up on the rebounding here, lead 10 rebounds for Evansville, only 5 for Bradley. That's given Evansville a lot of second shots. You know, as they get second shots, they're usually pretty good shots.
I thought Bradley might have a quickness advantage tonight, but I'm really impressed with Evansville's quickness on defense.
Tell you what, Evansville right now is coming right out on the floor and guarding people pretty strongly.
Deion Jackson tries to drive to the hoop. That's going to be the second against Andy Elkins.
Plenty earlier, 11:20 left in the first half. Normally you would think with two you would get a guy out of the ball game. Evansville maybe not with the luxury of being able to take him out for the lack of depth.
That's only 14th out there, and Zobrist hits the floor. This is Chris Quinn. Io Kinkaway got a hand on it, but it goes in anyway. 5 points for Quinn, and Bradley is down 9. And it's Toby Madison now with it for the foul. So the fouls are evening up just a little bit. That's his first 15th foul. Here comes some subs. Billy Wright, Dwayne Puncheson, Aaron Zobrist, and Kinkaway. And Derek Loving back into the ball game. He replaces Quinn. Bradley's gone almost 4 minutes without scoring. Deion had nowhere to go. Billy Wright, a three, try almost. Chad Klein goes for the rebound, jump ball. And it's Bradley's ball. Good effort by Chad.
You like to see that too. That's about the first time since the opening minute of the game where Bradley has really gone to the boards hard and pulled one away from Evansville. Boy, Billy's three there really rattled around. It was close. Almost.
So he's missed a couple in a row after hitting 3 straight. Nice pass. Deion Jackson the jam.
Great penetration. Good pass from Anthony there. Deion with a big finish. Let's hope that gets him going also.
That ends a 9-0 run. It's Bradley's first bucket in 4 minutes. Late. Jackson turnaround, blocked by Deion Jackson. And here comes Deion. 1-on-1. Oh, Deion. Bad choice there. Bad choice.
Well, he left his feet, had nowhere to go. Was a little bit out of range to shoot the shots that he wanted to shoot. He ended up trying to put the ball back.
That's 2 times in a row down the floor that he's gone up and had nowhere to go with it. He got bailed out last time. Before the dunk, I should say. 2 of the last 3 times down the floor. Elkins gives a look for 3. 17-10. Very disciplined team. You expect that. Elkins the miss. He struggled from the field, but Layden there.
Jeff Layden with a moving screen at the elbow to free up the 3-point shot. Nobody blocked him out. He slid right down the lane and tipped that miss in.
9-point Evansville lead. Billy Wright puts up another 3. That was way off. 9:15 to play, first half. We mentioned Jim Cruz, a disciple of Bobby Knight. You expect him to be disciplined. They are. And boy, can they pass.
They really look for that pass along the baseline. There's been 3 or 4 times. A couple of them have connected, and a couple more Bradley get a hand on and knock out of bounds. That is a staple in their offense.
David Winslow makes his first appearance tonight. He replaces Chad Klein. Chris Quinn back in for the Aces.
We saw this from Jim in Terre Haute on Saturday also. I like the fact he gets all his big guys in the game early, gets their feet wet, lets them break a sweat. And you have the luxury of picking and choosing in the second half of who's having the best night.
Now let's see if they can't get something working inside where they have a little bit of a height advantage.
Look at Billy. Billy's wide open. You think they've seen film?
Now, there's not a lot of movement offensively, and that's what Jim O'Leary's calling for every time down the floor. Funches his first basket of the night.
That's where Deion Funches can really play around the basket.
Aaron Zobrist ready to check in for Bradley. 7-point Bradley deficit. Elkins has thought about a three. Loving missed it. A lot of contact, no whistle. And Deion Jackson tries to take it up the floor and lost it to Loving, who missed the basket. And now the Braves will get it in control.
Okay, while Jim Molinari is furious with Deion, and rightfully so. Deion's had 3 opportunities where we've had the ball with possession. He's been very, very careless with it.
Well, he's got to. He hasn't been scoring, but he's got to do the other things right if he expects to come out of that and get the playing time to come out of that. Now they're calling the illegal screens on Bradley, but not on Evansville. Illegal screen on Anthony Parker. That's his second personal. 19th foul on Bradley, 5 for the Aces. Layden checks in for Evansville. Zobrist checks in for Bradley. Elkins goes to the line. He's 3 of 4 there tonight. Has not made a shot from the field.
I didn't see the moving screen at the other end, Lee. It's pretty easy to do that when you run an offense that has a lot of motion, a lot of down screens. That one was way away from the basketball. I didn't see it at all, but it's unfortunate. Evansville appears to be moving quite frequently on their screens at this end, which is right in front of us. It's a little tougher for us to see that opposite end of the floor.
7:45 to play first half, and the Aces just hit Blacksheep. Pretty even. Evansville with 12, Bradley 10. Turnovers are hurting the Braves a little bit. They had 6 already here in the early going.
Their turnovers haven't necessarily turned into the easy baskets that we saw happen Saturday at Terre Haute, and that's the key. The big key is where those turnovers occur. If they occur in the backcourt, they usually turn into baskets at the other end.
Braves with the ball, down 9. Zobrist for 3. Good pick by Dwayne Funches.
That was a tough shot. They see a lot of three-point shooters in this gym, and this place let out a collective sigh when that ball went in.
Chainsaw Winslow, his first personal. That is 10 team fouls on the Braves, so it's 2 free throws for the Aces for the final 7:28. 5 team fouls on Evansville. That first free throw of the night for Reed Jackson. He's 1 of 3 now.
Second in the conference in assists, 5.8 a game. Second in rebound, 9.2 a game. Third in steals, 21 on the season. 6th in field goal percentage. 9th in scoring. We said their names were at the top of almost every list statistically.
That's the proof. And you've just taken all of my material.
I copied that right off the thing.
Thank you. Billy Wright. Winslow, the long shot. Oh my goodness, where did that come from?
I don't think anybody expected that one from the chainsaw, but I tell you, that's the kind of stuff you've got to do. Somebody's got to step up and make a shot like that. This lineup Bradley has on the floor right now, they're letting Billy shoot. They're guarding Aaron, and they're guarding Punch inside with everyone tagging in. He's got tough defense on him. Bradley's going to find somebody that will score consistently.
Braves within 6. Elkins for 3. That one rolls in. That's his first bucket of the night. He's got 8.
You know they can shoot. Did you see where that pass came from? A cross-court bullet pass to find him in shooting range.
Giving Billy Wright a lot of room.
Oh, there's a mistake.
Anthony Parker back of the rim. No, a mistake defensively by the Aces.
They didn't want to leave him open for that shot. Everybody just seemed to walk away from him.
Anthony Parker 0 for 3 now from the field. Aces a 9-point lead again. Jackson the miss. Punches a good rebound. Elbow jumper David Winslow, who had the dislocated elbow showing no ill effects, hits 2 in a row.
He's hit one from both sides of the elbow now.
The chainsaw.
Bradley back within 6.
Add that up again. Chris Quinn, well, we thought when you look at the stats, you see Elkins and Reed Jackson, and you think that's all this team has. But Chris Quinn has 7 points. Zobrist for 3.
That was beautiful. That's the most time anybody from Bradley's had to set their feet to shoot, and Aaron just buried that one from long.
Rays back within 6. Aaron's hit 2 in a row. Very patient Evansville team.
Tough spot there too. Bradley had some things going. And to create a turnover like that in that situation is really tough.
Toby Madison guarded by Billy Wright. Elkins, Reed Jackson. There's a mismatch size-wise. 6'11 on 6'5. Elkins having a tough night shooting. Now it's Jackson again. Lean in jumper off the glass. No, Coupette had it. He's fouled by Chris Quinn. That'll be the 17th foul on Evansville, and it should send Ben Coupette to the line for 1-1.
Bradley's going to have to learn that one of Reed Jackson's favorite moves is to fake up and step under. He's tried to play with that 3 or 4 times. He hasn't made the shot, but it's a good move for him with his lack of size. It gets him going toward the basket, and if you fake up that shot, he steps right around you and has that inside rebounding position if he misses the shot.
Bradley's on a little 8-3 run here to cut that 9-point Evansville lead to 4. Coupette, the 6'11 sophomore, can cut into it further, but he misses the first. Ben now 6 of 11 from the free throw line this season. Anthony Parker, good hands, good defense.
Good anticipation here. Shot the gap, almost got one and was heading the other direction by himself. Slipped out of his hands and went out of bounds.
Deion Jackson into the ballgame. He replaces Kerry Burrell.
You just think Bradley's a little more alive right now. They just seem to have a little more hop in their step, a little quicker with their feet.
Reed Jackson baseline jumper, no good. Anthony Parker the rebound.
Doing a much better job defensively on the boards now too in the last 5 or 6 minutes of this first half.
Billy Wright, 5th in the league in assists.
This is where Bradley really needs to toughen up a little bit on the road. They fought their way back from 9 down 29-25. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. They need to finish strong here.
Jackson over the double team. He's got to give the ball up in there.
You got to get a better shot than that. When you're double team, that obviously means, doesn't take it to be a great mathematician to realize somebody's got to be open somewhere.
Billy Wright to steal. So Billy's got 6 points. He's shooting a little better after a 2 for 20 slump. And he comes up with a steal there with a minute 37 to go in the first half. Parker kicks to Billy Wright on the baseline and he walks. 8 turnovers for Bradley in the first half.
Hopped into the shot fake and then took off. Obvious traveling.
Aaron Silver checks in for Anthony Parker. And now Jeff Layden will check in for Evansville. It's a track meet in front of us here. David Winslow checks in. Layden in for Elkins. Winslow in for Coupette. Ben Coupette really able to post up, and Terre Haute
Hasn't had the ball inside at all tonight. Yeah, well, I think with one offensive rebound and an air ball to follow that one, but you're right, it's not been near the factor he was in the first half Saturday.
Well, and they're double teaming down low too. They're double teaming on the block, so he hasn't really been able to get free. And the turnover for Evansville is only their fourth.
That's a rare one too from them, just to throw the ball away.
So now a third opportunity for Bradley to cut into a 4-point Evansville lead with a minute 10 to go. First half. Graves 10-3, 4-1 in the Valley, 2-1 on the Valley in the road with wins at Northern Iowa and Terre Haute. And there's Brian Jackson with it for a foul as he runs Chad Klein over, runs right through the screen. And I had Brian Jackson for 3 fouls, and that is correct. He's got 3 fouls with a buck 2 to play here in the first half. There's Jim Molinari, 51 and 50 now. As the head coach of the Bradley Braves, Derek Loving in for Brian Jackson, who will sit down with 3 personals. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. That's how long the scoring drought has been for both teams. Chad Klein hits his first. Chad, 6'8" junior from Fortville, Indiana, shoots 74% at the line. Defensive sub here, Kerry Burrell, off Chicago Simeon, in for Aaron Zobrist. No balls now! Boy, Chad and Billy Wright, Aaron Zobrist hit some big free throws down the stretch Saturday at Terre Haute, didn't they?
They sure did. What was it,
14 of 16.
All goes into the 16 of their last 18 of the ball game.
This is as close as it's been since 8-6. And a turnover by Evansville.
Yeah, they've run that play twice. It hasn't worked either time, but Bradley was lucky to get a hand on that one. Layden was flying to the hoop there.
And Aaron Zobrist quickly checks back in for Burrell. Bradley may be thinking 3 here. There's a 15-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so Bradley will have to shoot. Hasn't been tied since 8-8, and that was 14 minutes ago. Shot clock at 15. Zobrist wide open for 3. You got to guard that guy.
But I tell you what, Madison was in charge of that. He was hanging on to Aaron's jersey on the baseline. Aaron found his way through the lane, picked up a couple of screens, and lost Madison along the way.
Guarded him like Oscar Madison. Shot clock's off, 13 seconds.
That's real close to 3 seconds in the lane, too.
9 seconds. Deion Jackson on the break, strip. Deion has it with 4. Billy Wright with 3, and it's a 32-29 Bradley lead as they score the final 7 points of the first half.
We talked about with 2:20, they had 3 chances, came away with 3 ill-advised opportunities, but finished strong in the last minute of that game, or in that first half. That's a great finish. That's what we talked about being very important going in after that first half with some momentum.
Evansville goes scoreless the final 4-12. Actually longer than that because Chad Klein scored the 3-pointer with 11, make that the final 9 points of the half. Aaron Zobrist has 11 to lead Bradley in the first half.
Well, he just caught that and shot it all in rhythm, and it was just picture perfect. That's the last basket of the half where Deion found Billy in the corner. A nice run by Bradley right there at the end to get themselves in the lead after not
with 8. And it's Aaron Zobrist leading Bradley with 11-9 for Reed Jackson. And we are underway in Evansville. The Braves did not lead for the first 19 minutes, 22 seconds of this one, but they lead it by 3. And Elkins, another miss. Reed Jackson to follow. He misses. Tip. Billy Wright comes out of there with it. So Elkins and Jackson, their shooting woes continue tonight.
right.
Punches the long jumper. He's got 4. Bradley scored the last 10 points of the first half, and they are now on a 12-0 run.
And you called it with Elkins and Jackson having a tough time finding the hoop. First half, Reed Jackson just 3 of 12 from the floor, and Andy Elkins 1 of 5.
We figured up their shooting combined. You mentioned 1 of 5, 3 of 12. They are combined 4 of 17 in the first half, 24% shooting. So Bradley doing a good defensive job on 2 of the best players in this league.
And when you figure in how much Evansville relies on those 2 guys, it really becomes a big factor.
Aaron Zobrist picks it off. Pull-up jumper, a little off balance, but he hits it anyway with a foot on the line. Aaron Zobrist has 13 points.
I'm sorry to bother you like this, but I just want to tell you how much I...
We're trying to alert the Bradley coaching staff that Coupette should only have 3 personal. He's got 2 in this half. He's got 2 this half. He got the foul on the out-of-bounds play early. All right. My mistake. And a good call there.
fight and a bar fight, I don't think he goes down when a guy Billy Wright size hits him in the chest like that.
No. 6'5", 215 with cotton balls up his nose to keep it from bleeding, and he's still playing. Yeah, I think you're right. 36-31. Billy Wright puts up the three. Looked good, but it was long. So he struggled from three-point range. Billy swats it out of bounds.
Made a good defensive play, 2-on-1. They didn't get a shot off. Billy able to get his hand in there and knock that ball out of bounds.
And Jackson gets a warning from official Ed Hightower, who won't take any lip. Thank you very much. Jackson's a smart player, and I'm sure he'll control himself. Anthony Parker whistled for the foul. He's got 3, and he has no basket. He's 0 for 2 from the field in the first half, so Anthony's struggling a little tonight. He did have 5 rebounds in the first half. 3 personals on Anthony, 3 team fouls in the half. Kick it back out to Madison. Now they find Elkins open for 3 on the corner, no good. Loving tips, no good.
Well, I don't like the fact that they found Elkins so wide open. You know, you don't want to beat a sleeping dog. You want to keep him asleep. He's a great shooter.
Give another bucket to Billy Wright. He's got 10.
Great penetration by Billy. Billy is really looking to put the ball up tonight.
He's got 10, and that's, I think, his first game in double figures since the first game of the year.
You know what he's done? He's been able to find himself some pretty easy opportunities, and it's really helped his overall shooting. Confidence is such a big factor in shooting a basketball. There's Elkins. We talked about you can't give him too many looks from outside. He really thought he should have made the one before, and he shot that one with a hand in his face and got nothing but the bottom.
This crowd's back into it, 38-34. That's the first bucket as Chad Klein puts up a 3 and misses. Punches had a hand on it. Evansville comes away with it. That was the first bucket since the 5:15 point of the first half for Evansville. Chad Klein called with a foul on the floor, so that basket will not count. Evansville's last basket before that 3 by Elkins came with 5:15 to go first half. Deion Jackson checks in. So they went scoreless for 5:48. And they went without a field goal much longer than that.
Oh, and Aaron Zober shot the gap there. Almost got his hand on one for a breakaway. Evansville is looking for Andy Elkins right now. There he is coming out for 3.
Puts it on the floor instead, gives to Quinn down the lane, and Levin's wide open.
That was well-executed play there.
And Bradley's let this crowd of 10,000 get into it. We're estimating 10,000. Not a lot of empty seats here tonight. They average 9,900. Aaron Zobrist got nailed after he missed the 3, but no call.
That's unfortunate, too. It almost turned into a layup because Madison just took off and Aaron was lying on the floor.
Elkins misses from 3.
Good strong rebound by Chad there.
He's got 11 points, but he's really struggled from the field. 16 minutes to play first half. Bradley's lead, which was 7, has now been cut to 2. Zobrist just got bailed out.
And maybe an ill-advised pass. Trying to get the ball to Deion. You like that idea, but he was double-teamed down low. And
maybe not the best passes. Good defense by Madison to get a hand on it. 15:55 to play. Braves lead the Aces by a deuce. They went on a 12-0 run, and Aaron Zobrist has been hitting them from behind the three-point line and with a foot right on it, too.
And he's hit a lot of them just like that tonight, too, with a hand right in his face.
Bradley Trivia brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Can you name the team captain of the 1985-86 Dick Versace coach Braves? That posted an incredible 32-3 season record. We'll have the answer for you a little bit later. The Braves looking for the answer tonight as they visit Evansville for the first time since the 86-87 season. The first conference meeting between these two teams. Evansville 3-2 in the Valley, despite outscoring opponents by 46 points combined in those first 5 games. Lost a heartbreaker at the buzzer at Wichita State. Lost in overtime as Reed Jackson comes up with a steal. He goes in, gives up to Elkins for the layup, and we're tied.
Reed Jackson did a pretty good job there. The guy his size went full speed to miss Chad Klein and avoid that charging foul. Chad's been pretty effective at being able to get there and set up and draw a charge.
And the two Evansville seniors urging the crowd on, Jackson and Elkins.
They like their basketball here. It doesn't take a whole lot to get them going. And they're all up on their feet now. This is a big shot for Bradley.
Chad Klein, that's about the first position they've been able to get inside, and Chad misses.
Oh, look at that pass.
Chris Quinn.
From Jackson, he can hurt you in so many ways. From the top of the key, found Chris Quinn sliding down the lane for an easy one that time.
It's an 11-2 run for Evansville as Zobrist misses the three. Another streaky game. Elkins blocked inside by Deion Jackson. They go to the floor, jump ball. And I think it's Bradley's possession.
Look at this flurry here.
Chad Klein, that's the second, well, that's not a stat you'll see, but it's the second jump ball of the night that he's wrestled for. Chad Klein, Billy Wright, bringing it up, back home in Indiana. Billy from Richmond won a state championship here in high school. Chad Klein from Fortville, Indiana.
Bradley needs a hoop. Bradley needs something to slow this crowd down.
Bunches with it at the top of the key, swings to Billy Wright. Billy steps in, shoots, no good. Deion Jackson had a hand on it. Klein comes up with it, up strong and off the glass.
Nice move by Chad inside. Got his feet underneath him and went up really strong.
Well, we told you Bradley was going to have to play better than they did in Terre Haute to make a game of it, and they have played better tonight.
Well, what's happened in the past is there's been a 5, 7, sometimes a 10-minute stretch in the game where they haven't played as well as they should. We
Jackson goes to work, he travels. Zobrist comes out of there with it, has a little trouble. Deion Jackson, tough shot. He got cut off. Good defense by Evansville. Deion struggling again off the bench. He has just 2 points tonight. Averages 18 as a starter, 9 when he comes off the bench. We're tied at 40. 13:25 to play in the ball game.
Got a mismatch inside. Got Billy on Elkins.
Madison.
And there's Elkins with the inside position on Billy.
And Billy Wright with a smart foul there because Elkins is going to have an easy putback. First personal on Billy. 15 foul. Chad Klein and Billy Wright take a seat. Winslow. And Parker back in. Anthony having a tough time from the field. He's 0 of 3. Has not scored tonight. He only had 7 against Indiana State.
He was 2 of 7 from the floor there also. Didn't have a very good shot.
They're giving Elkins 2 shots, and that's what Hightower signaled right away. Hightower signaled 2 shots right away.
Just
trying to help Coach Molinari out.
Was under the impression that foul was on the rebound. I don't think that's true. I think he had the rebound, was putting it right back up when the whistle blew for the foul.
There you see, there's Coach Molinari. See, we're right there next to him, so we can hear a lot of what's going on. 3 minutes left in Tulsa. The Hurricane, a 2-point lead, 63-61 over Southern Illinois.
That's
Deion Jackson. There he is.
Deion Jackson. Get the ball, make your move, and stick in the hoop. Get the shot off before the double team comes.
Now you can cancel the APB. We finally found Deion Jackson. Madison with it. Now it's Reed Jackson. Reed Jackson, Brian Jackson, Deion Jackson. three-point shooter. Everything else he's great at. He can't shoot the three very well. Bradley a 1-point lead. David Winslow, the senior, the only Bradley senior, now gives to Parker.
There's Dion one-on-one down low again. There's the double team.
Get rid of it. Oh, and they call an offensive foul.
Ooh. We were going to get a look at that one. I didn't see what happened, but there's the hook. That's a pretty good call. You can't take the three arm and hook it around the defensive player's back.
Reed Jackson, who's missed
his last 10
shots, takes a seat. Boy, he's having a tough night. Scott Sparks, number 50, into the ballgame for the first time for the Aces. Jackson's 3 of 15 tonight. And a rare turnover for the Aces. That's only their 7th.
They are a very clever passing team. That's the second time that they zigged when they thought they were going to zag, and the ball sailed out of bounds.
Klein replaces Funches. 12 minutes to play. Bradley by 1. Zobrist has 13 points, and the Braves turn it over. Quinn down the baseline, blocked by Winslow, and Quinn will go to the line and shoot 2.
Bradley rotated well there. Aaron got beat out front. The ball was zipped to the corner, and a good penetration by Quinn, but Bradley picked it up, and Winslow stepped over and stopped that one with authority.
Second on the chainsaw, 7th team foul on Bradley, so the Aces are already in the bonus. And Quinn rolls in his first free throw. He's got 10. Wright replaces Zobrist. Quinn, the left-hander, a 64% free thrower, hits them both. He's got 11 points. Transplanted Bradley fans here in Evansville, they say, hello, Peoria. All their friends there. Their daughter brought it down. She was wearing the Bradley red.
This game's shaping up to be everything we thought it would be this afternoon, you know.
They're here from Peoria. Hey, there's a trip. Foul is on Quinn. His second, third team foul.
I'll tell you what, when you go on the road in the Valley Conference, you better take your lunch bucket with you, because it is going to be work.
It's tough everywhere. It's tough everywhere on the road.
Absolutely.
Inbounds to Winslow. Braves are running out of time. 11:20 to play. Braves trailed by 9 at one point. Parker, the 3 no good, and a push inside. Dion Jackson excited about that.
I think Dion's felt the hand in the back a couple of times tonight, and he finally got the call. He really felt good about that, didn't he?
Fourth team foul on Evansville. Now he was happy that he was going to the offensive glass and finally got rewarded for it. Klein double team.
He got some help going to the glass that time.
Yeah, he did.
Boy, look at him back in on the low post Bradley player. Get him come over on Dion.
Double team. Kicks it out to Billy Wright. Billy to the hoop. Get in there. Oh, he missed out. He's got 10 on the night. First night in double figures since the opener against Oregon State. Bradley down 1. Quinn alone inside, blocked by Winslow, and now a foul.
That was a good block, but then they got the ball back again, and David gave him a pretty good chop from the back, and he got called for that foul.
Chainsaw's third, 8th team foul. Evansville will shoot the one in bonus for the final 10:37. Here's the differential in free throws. Evansville 13 of 19. Bradley's 4 of 5.
Evansville quietly going to a line a considerable large number of times as opposed to Bradley.
Home court advantage.
A lot of that is taking the ball to the basket also.
Well, and Evansville's taken away a lot of the moves and the things that you can do to try and get inside and go to the hoop.
Watch Evansville play defense here. They've got usually 8 feet in the purple paint here. It's hard to get the ball inside to even get an attempt.
And now a foul on Madison, 20 feet away from the basket. And that will be the second on the redshirt freshman.
Coach Hightower's been busy tonight. He has made the majority of the calls in this game. Not saying that's good, not saying that's bad, just his whistle's blown quite frequently.
Actually, it's been a pretty well-called game, I would say. 14-4 run for Evansville the last 7 minutes.
It may just be me, but it appears to me that Valley officials are beginning. That's goaltending.
Well, Anthony Parker gets a little help for his first bucket of the night.
With the kind of road trip he's having, he'll gladly accept a little bit of help like that. I was saying, maybe it's me, but it appears that Valley officials are letting the teams play a little bit more. Teams are getting better in the Valley. The individual players are obviously better, and officials are letting them play.
Boy, Loving a nice move there. He now has 4, all in the second half. And it's back to a 3-point lead for Evansville. We're under 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Oh, lighten up. They wanted a foul on Winslow for putting his arm out. Klein the tip. No good. Deion Jackson rebound up. Good. Go to the line for the 3-point play.
I tell you, Bradley is showing some enthusiasm on the road that we didn't see Saturday afternoon at Terre Haute. Look at Deion go after that rebound. Took it up strong, squared up to the basket. You just like to see that.
And when you're not scoring a lot, as Aaron Zobrist checks in for Billy Wright, when you're not scoring a lot, that's what you have to do. You got to, like you said, bring the lunch pail, go to work inside, get those easy putbacks, go to the line, get a 3-point play. You can tie the game right here.
That's the concept of putting your team first. You've got athletic skills. You've got to find a way to utilize those skills to help your basketball team win. On a given night, it may be a different way.
We are tied at 47. Deion Jackson now with 7 points. Pass inside. Madison can't control, and it's Bradley ball. We're tied. Bradley can take the lead for the first time since it was 38-36 earlier in the second half. As we near the 9-minute mark, Zobrist with it, gives to Parker. Boy, Evansville helps well on defense. They sure do. Klein tries to drive, puts it off the glass.
Pretty tough shot there for Chad to make on the run.
But he can make those. He's pretty acrobatic with the ball. A lot of Bradley fans here tonight. Elkins falls across the lane and they call a foul.
Jim Molinari thought he just lost his balance and fell down there. You see he got his knee caught up inside David Winslow's knee.
It's 4 on Winslow. 9 team fouls against Bradley. It's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest.
Well, fortunately, Bradley's got enough frontline people that we're probably not going to be in danger of losing somebody and really being weakened by that. But on the other hand, Evansville getting a lot more opportunities to score points the easy way.
Funches checks in for Winslow. Winslow with 4, Coupette with 4, Anthony Parker with 3. Elkins hits the first one. He has 15 points, but he has not shot well tonight. Second leading scorer in the Valley, Andy Elkins, 20 points a game. He's well on his way to that.
We're making him work to get his points tonight, though. He's getting a lot of them at the free throw line. He's had a lot of looks at the basket. And balls haven't gone in for him, but for the most part, he just had to work for his points. And when you play against a guy that can really score, that's what you, at the very least, you have to do is make him work to get him.
He's going to hurt it. He's 4th in the Valley in shooting percentage, and that's going to go way down after tonight's game. Jackson with it. On the move. Tough shot, no good. Klein the tip. Zobrist the rebound, no good. Funches follows up. And great work by the Braves on the offensive glass that trip down the floor.
Put another star behind Chad Klein's name. Watch this. Chad kept the first one alive. They got the ball tipped over to Aaron for that shot. I think Aaron would like to have that one back. That shot he's had all night and missed that one, just left it short.
Since the Valley season started, Dwayne Funchess is 88% at the line. He's really improved his free throwing, and he makes me a liar. Oh, and the foul goes against Evansville, and Reed Jackson can't believe it. He can't believe it.
I didn't see what happened there, but that is really a strange call. He's got inside rebounding position. Slides in to block out, and they get the foul. They're sending Dion to the line.
Can we see that again, Hank? We can't see it again. Jackson at the line. Dion, 10th in the league at free throw shooting is 71%.
You know, I think what we may be saying, Lee, excuse me, is that Jim's rotation of his frontline players, the wear and tear may be starting to take its toll on Evansville. We talked about their lack of depth. They only play 8 guys. They played Saturday in Tulsa. They have to be a little bit tired. Bradley has played Saturday also, but not nearly as many minutes. We were here Sunday morning. Bradley's been sitting around watching films, practicing a little bit. We were here waiting for Evansville to come back from Tulsa. That doesn't show up in a box score, but that is an advantage.
Elkins drives. Good help by Bradley. Now it's Reed Jackson. Chad Klein fouled him.
Jackson did a good job there. He got his body into Chad. Chad was standing straight up, and he was able to get the body inside on him. Here we get a nice look at it and see how he spins that around. Brought the ball right up through Chad's arms and made Chad foul him. See the difference there. Jackson did a pretty nice job of using the elbow in the same manner that Dion Jackson uses the entire arm and got the hooking offensive foul call. Jackson with both hands on the ball. Got the same effect with that elbow, but didn't make it as obvious.
Reed Jackson, 8th in the Valley in free throw shooting, misses the second one. So it's 50-49 Evansville with 8 minutes to play. Parker for 3. One time, baby. Anthony Parker with 5.
Maybe Anthony's coming alive now. That was a good look at that basket there. He shot it with a free rotation. We had a good look at it. It was straight on from us. It looked good all the way.
Be a good time for him to break out. Jackson. He got a weak side help, didn't get there, and Reed Jackson had an open lane to the hoop.
I really think Funch playing on the high side thought he was going to have weak side help. There was nothing there. Bradley gives up an easy one for Jackson.
12 for Reed Jackson. We're tied at 52. A little more desire in the eyes of the Braves right now. Playing with a little better purpose. Shot clock at 15. Parker. And they call him for the charge. That's 4 on Anthony Parker.
Jim Molinari is up, very animated. I really don't think he likes the call there. See, Anthony appears to have a pretty good advantage there coming down, but really turns that shoulder and leans in. That's a tough call to make either way.
10 team fouls on the Braves. Evansville will shoot 2 free throws for the final 7:06.
Come on, Ernst, I'll play you for this John Beer Sport Explorer. You? This will be easy.
Styling-wise, and the good look inside, and it's Evansville by 2. Billy Wright. Oh, in and out. Boy, he's had a lot rattle around the rim tonight. He's got 10. He's missed his last 2 shots. 6 ties, 6 lead changes here in the second half.
Does the term dogfight come to mind?
Toby Madison now has 5. And Jim Molinari wants to talk it over. Probably a good timeout here. It's a 7-3 run for Evansville. They lead by 4 with 6:05 to play. Parker with his only basket of the night. He's got 5 points, but the first 2 points came on a goaltender.
You're right. We're going to need somebody like Anthony, who's been pretty quiet, as you say, to step up here in the last 6:05 of this game and give us a big boost.
Reed Jackson and Andy Elkins have not shot it well from the field for the Aces, but Jackson scored the last 5 points. They are both in double figures. Their percentages won't be very good, but they're doing well. 4-point lead. They're 6-0 here this season. The number 2 scoring offense. They average 80 points a game. They're going to be held well below that tonight. They only give up 60 a game. Tenacious defense. Zobrist can't get free. He hit 3 threes in a row in the first half.
Evansville made a run earlier in the half, and Bradley did a great job of stopping that run and putting something together themselves. They're going to have to do that again with 5:35. It's getting to that point of the game that a 3-minute lapse here can get you out of the game.
Gary Burrell into the ball game now for Bradley. That was a good look by Chad Klein, but he's left-handed, and he threw it up there right-handed, so a tough one. Elkins in the lane, nowhere to go. Reed Jackson. The cotton still in his nostrils after a first half bloody nose.
I can't believe they're not trying to get Jackson inside with Gary Burrell. Well, that looked every bit as much of a charge as Anthony Parker's charge a minute earlier at this end.
Jim Molinari letting the officials know his displeasure over that non-call. Klein for 3, no good. And now the Braves are only getting 1 shot at it. Burrell whistled for the foul.
It was a good move by Jim. He's getting Dion and Anthony Parker back up. Bradley with a really small lineup on the floor right now, not getting any second chances off the offensive board.
You saw the after effects of the non-call. Parker and Jackson back in. Chad Klein unhappy with himself for missing that layup moments ago. Kerry Burrell will take a seat. Now Jim Molinari talks to Ed Hightower. Interesting exchange between Jim Molinari and one of the most respected officials really in the Midwest.
Ed Hightower came over, and Jim in his way let him know he thought that was a charge, and Ed in his way let him know that he had made his point.
Elkins needed 18 points to move into 6th place on Evansville's all-time scoring list, and he did right there. 18 points, 13 of them at the free throw line. The free throw advantage for Evansville is unbelievable tonight, 60-52. This is one of those offensive dry spells the Braves have gone through the last couple of seasons. Parker for 3, he's fouled, he'll go to the line. He'll shoot 3.
To be honest with you, that was a pretty tough shot for Aaron there. Probably an ill-advised foul for Elkins to foul him on that shot there.
Parker will go to the line. He has not shot a free throw tonight. He only has 5 points. He got 2 of those on a goaltend, so he's struggled a bit tonight for Jim Molinari. 78% free thrower. He's 6th in the league with that percentage. The shooter's roll there. When you're a bad shooter, those don't go in. Braves have gone 3 minutes since they scored last. One more for Anthony. The last Bradley points came on Anthony's 3. With 7:50 to play. He makes the 3rd. Bradley's back within 6 with 4:19 to play. Anthony's got 8. He averages 14. Just under 14. Reed Jackson. Good pass to Quinn. He's fouled by Funches. Good hard foul. I have Funches for 4.
Look at the penetration here. Nobody rotated. Quinn got in awfully close before Funch rotated over to pick him up. Play is set up by a great pass, though, from Reed Jackson.
Again, Bradley has 10 team fouls. Actually, they have more than 10 now. Quinn, the left-hander, who's really done a good job. He's got 16 points. And I believe he's nearing a career high. That is a career high. Missed the second. 61-54. 4 minutes left. Evansville was down by 10 with 5 minutes to play at Tulsa and took them to overtime. Bradley needs to do the same thing here. Billy Wright. Deion Jackson, a nice move. Deion's got 11. Good move that time by Deion. And Bradley's back within 5. They need a stop here. And that's 5 on Funches. And when you're an emotional player, the home crowd takes special delight in seeing you leave.
The hairdresser announced 4, and the entire place stood up to let him know that he had made that mistake. He wouldn't have gotten out of the parking lot if he let that one slide by at 4.
Chad Klein will replace Dwayne Funches, who fouls out for only the second time this season. And it's Andy Elkins at the line. Illinois State, the only team to hold him in single digits this season. He's got 19.
You know, great players just find ways to get the points that they're expected to get.
He's 11 of 14 at the line tonight. I don't think Bradley shot 14 free throws. Deion. Tough shot. Won't go, but he'll go to the line.
I like that advantage that Bradley has with Jackson down low. I don't think Quinn's got the ability to stay with him down there. Deion is too quick and jumps too high. So what Deion does here, notice he makes the move quicker before the double team gets there. See Elkins coming over to help, but Deion got the shot off before he got there.
Jim Molinari urging his team on. 3:24 to play. He doesn't want them to quit now. They're down 6. Clock stop. Deion Jackson with a chance to cut into that lead. Will shoot 2. That was the 10th team foul on Evansville, and he's short on the first one. He's 3 of 4 now from the strike.
Deion didn't look real comfortable shooting that shot. He was walking away from it as he was releasing it. As the ball hit the front of the rim short.
The 6'6 junior from Dayton. Bradley's leading scorer makes that one. So he's got 12 points now. Elkins is 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Bradley as a team is 11 of 16. Home court advantage. Say what you will.
Oh, Bradley got a break there again. I'll tell you, Jackson is as good a passer as anybody. There's a reason why he's second in the conference in assists. He just finds people that are open.
Final score from Tulsa. The Golden Hurricane edge Southern Illinois 67-65. So that's Southern's first loss in the Valley, and I believe Tulsa is unbeaten.
It's about time for a Zobrist three-point shot.
Tulsa takes over first place in the Valley at 6-0. Southern drops to 3-1. Parker, tough shot. And Quinn is called for the push. Deion Jackson, again, working on the offensive glass.
I thought Jackson had a little more size, a little more mobility around the basket than Quinn does. He uses it there to get inside position, and Quinn fouls him going up for that rebound. It didn't look like much on the replay, but what happened was Quinn was down low trying to nudge him down low to keep Deion from jumping.
That's the 5th on Chris Quinn. He's replaced by Scott Sparks, a 7-foot junior from Vincennes, Indiana. Halftime score from Cedar Falls. Illinois State leading Northern Iowa 28-27. Join Doug Bisbee on News 25 Nightside for all the scores and highlights.
Now who do you guard Jackson with? Bradley needs to come down and take a look at that, see what Evansville's going to do. Tell you what, you're not going to want to guard him with Reed Jackson. You're not going to want to risk Elkins fouling out late in the game. He asked Sparks, who has played very little in the second half here, to come
with 13 points.
That's not a good foul by Dion. That far away from the basket, just a little bit lazy, didn't move his feet. Sparks is obviously not quicker than he is.
It's only the second on Dion. And sends Scott Sparks to the line. His dad is the head coach at Vincennes Junior College here in Indiana. Dad played for Miami in the ABA and the Bulls in the NBA. And Jim Molinari couldn't care less. Sparks makes one, misses one.
2:23 to play. Got to get a basket.
Well,
that's right. You're going to say got to get a three, but we don't need a three. We just need baskets.
I was eavesdropping. I think the coaches wanted a three.
Nice.
Dion goes to work. In.
I think Dion lost that ball on the way up, but he caught enough of the rim to let it fall in.
And the Braves are back within 3 with 2 minutes left. Deion Jackson with 15 points. Madison walked, got away with it, puts it up. Bradley's got a scrap, and they do. They come out of there with it,
Spot
down
up there.
3. And Billy Wright's fouled from behind by Sparks. Final from Northern Iowa. We gave you a halftime score. Well, we have a bit of an update.
I would have liked to have seen that play unfold there. Billy taking the ball right to the hoop. Aaron out in front of him actually slid to the corner, spot up for the three. That would have been a huge opportunity to tie the game up with one shot.
Illinois State trails by 3 at Northern Iowa, 60-57 with 3:16 left. Billy Wright hit 5 of 6 down the stretch. No, make that 4 of 5 down the stretch in Terre Haute. He was a little bit upset that they wanted to foul 12 down in Terre Haute, rather.
Well, it all happened in front of the Indiana State bench, and he said he could hear him yelling, foul 12, foul 12. And I got to admit, if they said that to me, that would have upset my juices a little bit,
They
too.
never would have said it to you, Mr. 89%. Billy Wright hits them both. He's got 12. Bradley within 1. They got a chance to win one here and get one on the road. Elkins tries. No charge. Elkins ran David Winslow over. Got away with it. He's got 21. Blackjack for him. And the Aces lead by 3. 1:24 to play. Braves down 3.
Your four.
Now down 3 with 1:24 to play because of this non-call that Jim Molinari wasn't very happy with.
Well, the problem with that is not consistent.
No, it's not.
With the way the game's been called at the other end of the floor. That is a charge. That was a charge, Coach.
A 1:20 to play. Bradley has to forget about it and win it themselves.
Well, there's a change. There's a change of venue there, isn't it? Me arguing about the officiating and you tell them to forget it and play.
New Year's resolution.
Oh.
Klein couldn't handle a good pass. 7 seconds left on the clock. Parker the tip in. Anthony Parker a big bucket. He's got 10.
Did Chan Klein make that happen? The ball on the floor, dove on the floor, kicked it out to Aaron, who had a great look at a three. And then that was as fine a tip in from 6 feet away as you will ever find.
Anthony Parker was about, he was 2 feet away.
He was 6 feet away from the basket also.
Elkins with an elbow, no call. Under a minute to play.
Tell you what, this is the big stop in the game right here.
Sparks missed it. Got his rebound. Loving walked with it, misses, and a bailout call. That'll send Sparks to the line.
Sorry, but I don't see where that one came from either, Lee. Well, there's a foul. Chad ripped the ball out of the guy's hand for a foul, but
no, that's not a foul.
That's an ill-advised shot is what that is.
J.C. Leimbach was under the basket. Did not blow the whistle. It was Ed Hightower from out about half court. Loving makes the first. And it's 66-64 with 28 seconds left.
Plenty of time, though.
Well, the good news is the best he can do is give him a 3-point lead, so Bradley will have a chance. Although a miss would be really nice. He doesn't. 67, 64, 25 seconds left. Bradley needs a 3 to send it to overtime. Zobrist can't control. 19 seconds left. Plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. Klein, you need a 3.
Oh, nice.
All right, 10 seconds left. Make it 11. They got the timeout with 11 left.
I tell you what, I like the composure Bradley has shown here at the end. They've had a couple of calls go against them. They fought through that, and really a good job there of keeping your composure, and got a great shot out of a situation that didn't look very promising when Aaron was holding the ball out away from the basket, and guys running around out of control.
All right, 11 seconds to play in this one. Bradley down 1. What's Jim Molinari talking about now? All right, we're going to go to a break, and then we'll come back. 11 seconds left. 67-66, Evansville. Let's talk about what Bradley's got to do here. Foul him right away.
That's why we're over here, and they're in the huddle with the players. But you're right, Bradley applying pressure. I think they do have to try and apply pressure here. Obviously, the best thing would keep them from getting the ball in bounds. If they do, then you got to look at who can shoot free throws here.
Jackson can't, but he walked. Bradley doesn't need a 3. 7 seconds left. They're down 1.
Kerry Burrell.
Kerry Burrell with 4 seconds to play.
I tell you what, it couldn't have happened any better for Bradley. There have been a couple of times now when players have slipped. Jackson trying to turn the corner hard, just slipped, lost the ball. It could have gone out of bounds. I really like the fact that Dion picked it up and charged it in to see what we have. And, you know, I think what great respect Bradley has for every player on this team. Kerry Burrell knocking down an open 12-footer from the right baseline.
There it is. The sophomore out of Chicago, Simeon.
There's Anthony with a nice drive, and look at that. No hesitation in finding Kerry in the corner. No hesitation on the shot.
Boy, that's the best way to do it, too. Just catch it and shoot it. Kerry,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Kerry had 2 points against Indiana State at home. He's only got a handful of points this season, and to come up with a big shot like that just shows you the kind of depth Bradley has. And there's still 4 seconds left. Let's not get too carried away here.
There's a lot of chaos in front of the Bradley bench. They didn't inbound the ball and call timeout. They called timeout before the ball was put into play. So they should get it out of bounds at the far end of the basket. What Bradley has to do here is not let him throw the ball over your head. You've got to make him inbounds the ball in a backcourt, and obviously do not foul.
Kerry Burrell has 18 points this season, none bigger than the 2 he just made there. Reed Jackson fell down on the inbounds as he had the ball. Deion Jackson hustled, came up with it, gave to Anthony Parker, drove the ball, kicked to Kerry Burrell. Oh my gosh. He hit the biggest shot of his career.
Hey, what, it sure changed the mood in this arena awfully quick.
4 seconds to play. And Evansville Jim Cruz has had some pressure in the final seconds. They lost in overtime to Tulsa on Saturday night, and they lost on a buzzer shot at Wichita.
You think they're happy at this point in time that they jumped into the Valley? They have had some basketball games in the Valley so far this year. These people may not realize it, the people of Evansville, but they are going to see some great basketball here.
We were talking to assistant coach Kirk Sarf before the game. Kirk's from the Havana area, went to Milligan in Decatur. He's been an assistant here for 8 years with Jim Cruz. And he said the Missouri Valley's tougher than the MCC was, and you've got so many more conference games to play.
What a huge win this would be for Bradley if they can survive these final 4 seconds.
Let's set it up. 4 seconds to play. Bradley, a 1-point lead. It's their first lead since the 7:50 mark. Since 7:50 was left in the game, they inbounds to Reed Jackson. They do everything, man. He drives the bucket and missed it.
No call.
No call there, and Bradley comes away with a 1-point win at Evansville. 68-67. We'll be back with more from Evansville after a Bradley win. A thriller in Evansville, 68-67, Bradley the win. And this was their first lead since 7:50 of the second half. Kerry Burrell, our Dodge player of the game. He only had 2 points, but there were no bigger points in this ball game than those two. And I know Roger Fegley wanted to